Oh. Welcome back to Team Crest Commentaries. Last time on Cuphead, we cleared a few stages on Expert Mode. And there we go, another one.
Yeah, I see neither simple nor regular were highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting little bug. So is this guy meant to be a slime from Dragon Quest?
It's suspected.
Because, I mean, there's that pair that's meant to be Ryu and Ken. It's clear that this game has a lot of references to existing video games.
Mm-hmm.
My immediate first impression is Dragon Quest slime, with him being blue and a little drop on the top of his head.
Yeah, it basically is an American-drawn, American style at least, Dragon Quest slime. With a red nose just to make it copyright-free.
Yes, as they say on TV tropes, a lawyer-friendly cameo.
Yeah, I believe it was this boss here that I... no, not this boss. I believe it's the next one, where I started to suspect that something is wrong with the difficulty, because there's like, is it just me, or is this harder than normal?
Oh, come on.
I also really like the puns that they have whenever you die to them in certain phases. Each phase has its own joke.
I didn't really notice until now that he's actually flicking his fingers for every shot.
Yep.
Like, I never really noticed that until now.
And when he does a super shot, he punches. Not sure if I do any of the super shots or not. Probably do the, oh, there's one.
Oh, it's a cap.
It's sort of. I mean, it is the slime.
I do like that every character has those Mickey Mouse eyes.
The little wedge out of an oval.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an eye style that I'm sort of toying with designs.
Well, I have messed with it from time to time. When I'm drawing some basic outfit ideas or things like that with my characters, I'll typically just draw them sort of chibi-fied with those eyes. If I'm just like testing what something would look like on a character, I just draw those eyes in. You're having a lot of trouble.
This is expert mode.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying you're not supposed to have lots of trouble. I forgot, Team Crass Commentaries isn't meant to commentate on what's actually happening in the game.
Mm-hmm. And I can't believe we're already done with the conversation about the skill level of journalists.
Well, we can bring it back up if you like.
I mean, I suppose so, but we'll also be bringing it up in a different fashion when we get to Battletoads.
Oh,
sure,
yes,
too.
of course.
But,
Battletoads, which everyone will be confused by when it's not actually Battletoads.
Yep. Yeah.
Why'd you keep dashing into the boss?
Just me biffing it for the most part. And so in expert mode, his jumps are irregular compared to normal.
Oh, so sometimes he jumps higher and sometimes he jumps lower.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
And sometimes further. We could just bring back the conversation more of as a part one to the discussion, I suppose. Because,
So yeah, games journalists are just pathetic in general, but you know, now they don't even have to be good at games. They'll still be defended for having shit takes on games.
And they'll give games bad reviews.
Or in the case of IGN's video producer that produced one video review that completely ripped off another YouTuber's content entirely, and then he's like, gee, I'm sure surprised I've been fired. That was fun. That recently happened with a review of Dead Cells.
What's Dead Cells?
Oh, it's a fun-looking sort of Metroidvania thing.
Metroidvanias are good.
Yeah,
especially since Nintendo isn't making any of their own unless they're wanting to steal fan work.
Now, we don't know. Metroid Prime 4 might turn out to be most excellent.
It's a shame
it's
probably doing that.
It's Bandai Namco and not Retro this time.
I wonder how that'll turn out. Because Bandai isn't actually bad, but they do get a tad on the generic side.
It'll be Mother again.
No, that was Team Ninja that did Mother.
Other M, but Other M,
Metroid Other M,
Mother.
AKA
oh my
Mom.
God! I think it was I think it was the Completionist that made that joke, and then I was like, oh my God! I didn't actually realize the name until he pointed it out. He went like, Other M, Other, Mother. Oh my God! It never actually occurred to me until then. Botanic Panic.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe this is the one where I actually started to suspect, because this is going a lot faster than...
This is the one with all the different root vegetables. It starts off with potato, but then you, like, fight a turnip and a carrot, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, hello, Mr. Onion. Is he gonna cry? Yeah. Seems kind of predictable, really.
Well, this is intended to be basically the first boss.
Oh, he's got some crazy eyes. And a third one. Oh, I get it. He's rubbing his forehead and then that eye appears.
Well, he's rubbing his forehead to psychically summon all the carrots.
Oh, right, okay. I see.
And he's using his third eye to shoot laser beams.
If my third eye shot laser beams, I would probably make a lot of money. Wait a second. I'm on hard mode!
Yeah, that basically came to full realization with this next boss. Because the fighting duo here are already difficult enough on normal. So when they both start attacking you at the same time, you're on expert mode.
Clip Joint Calamity. Oh, right, yeah, this is the Ryu and Ken, yeah.
Yep. So,
And they're both
in normal mode,
attacking,
they take
so-
turns.
Yeah.
In expert mode, they both attack you at once. And I don't remember how long it takes until I basically just go, okay, I'm going to play a normal mode. Yeah, it's only expert mode up to this point.
I would say it's not your fault that you were playing on expert, but then I'm thinking, well, actually, no, it is, because you specifically said you were messing around.
Well, I was messing around on a different file, is the thing.
Yeah. You brought it on yourself. You went for broke and now you're croaked. I get it, because they're frogs. And frogs go for broke.
Why is it that we're actually staying on topic here, but not on topic of the off-topic topic this time?
I'm not sure. I feel like we've said everything that needs to be said. Games journalism sucks. It's a sad state of affairs.
I mean, there is the factor that some games really do take too long to actually beat.
Yeah.
To be able to properly review them.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're inside of a business where you're handed like 50 games a week and expected to go through them all.
Yeah. That is very much true. For the games journalist, the 4-hour campaign is a positive, but to the regular player, the 4-hour campaign is not a positive.
Yeah. Which is part of the reason why I say that user reviews and reviews from random access are much better and reliable because these people experience the games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Random access is definitely reliable and should be bookmarked.
Yep.
No, make it your homepage, in fact.
Yeah,
it's better than making Google your homepage.
Yeah, there are
Random access doesn't steal your information.
Not often, at least.
Not as often.
Yeah. And there's new reviews, like, usually every 3 or 4 days. So, and there's anything you can imagine. Candles, junk food, Japanese bean cakes.
We could date this video by saying that right now there is a review of an anime series that Meow picked at random on Crunchyroll by clicking the random button.
Yep, and it did not disappoint.
Maybe I'll do the same thing, but I don't know, I've got too many shows on the go at the moment. I'm watching Naruto Shippuden, I'm watching...
Well, you could stop watching Naruto because it's Naruto.
Yeah, but I'm playing through Ninja Storm 3 at the moment, and it's nice to have the more information that the show gives me that the game does not. And I enjoy the characters and world of Naruto. It's the filler that I couldn't stand. Which, thankfully...
It's the filler that I actually like of Naruto. It's everything else that bores me to tears.
Well, then, you know, 2 completely different tastes, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because when we review the same thing, you get 2 different takes, and that's great. Go read
you
Random
assume that
Access.
I'd actually take the time to review that thing.
Oh no, I don't think you'll review Naruto. You're too busy recording stuff, reviewing stuff that I've never heard of. Like this Sakamoto or whatever it's called.
Sakamoto Deska. And here I go, I switch to regular.
And now, one at a time. It seems so easy now, like I could play it.
I know, right?
So what is he hitting the enemies with when he does his special?
Juice.
Juice.
From his brain.
Is that like Tenacious D's juice? Is that like Mighty Juice, or is it a different kind of juice?
It's a different kind of juice, but it's still mighty.
Right, okay.
Well, this is the part that I'm not super big on, because these things always get me.
Mm. Not bad, not bad. So when you're hitting it now like that, were you dealing damage and it just wasn't showing, or do you only deal damage when the slot's open?
Only deal damage when the slot's open.
Alright, fair dues.
Yeah, the tiger reels on the slots are probably the hardest thing for me to dodge,
Well,
personally.
that seemed like everything at once.
It is, in a way, but like we said in part one, this game isn't hard if you can focus.
Yeah.
The more you're able to focus, the easier this game becomes.
Absolutely. It's like an old-fashioned video game in that sense. It's not hard for the sake of being hard, and it's not cheap difficulty. Everything reacts the same way every time. You just gotta focus and see which cue means what, essentially. It's very old-fashioned and like an old Famicom or Super Famicom platformer in that sense.
Yeah. And to get back to the journalist thing, that's one thing that a lot of people complain about, it seems. Even people who grew up on such games, such as Soy, seem to really take umbrage with a game they're not familiar with being difficult simply because they haven't learned the game.
It seems ridiculous to me to hate on a game that is like an old-fashioned game because you find it too difficult, when the whole point is that it's meant to be like the old-fashioned games that were like that. The only reason why we don't find old games like Super Mario Brothers hard anymore is because we've played them so much that we're familiar with them. We've got them down to muscle memory, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
That it would take time and effort to get a game like Cuphead down into muscle memory. The same amount of time that it took us over several decades to get good at Super Mario and Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
in fact, this game could probably be arguably easier than them by that point. Randomness factor aside, that is, because some of the levels, especially the later ones, where it starts randomly spawning enemies more and more, that it can get a little irritating when something appears in a place that it didn't before. It's just a randomly generated enemy.
I hate that in games. There was something I played recently that was like that. I think it was a Japanese indie game where it changed the enemy location and obstacle location randomly. The enemies would drop obstacles at random times, and sometimes the enemy would go obstacle, obstacle, obstacle as it's walking across the level, and other times it would be like it would drop one and then just not drop anymore, and it just seemed completely random as to whether or not it would. I can't stand that. to me, a game like this has got to act the same way every time. And if it doesn't, then at least have visual cues that are easy to follow, that indicate what the game's going to do.
Yeah, which is why the boss battles are better designed than the actual levels.
And once again goes to show that the whole design ethos of the game originally was that it was just the boss battles, because it's pretty clear that a lot more effort went into them than everything else. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Don't misinterpret. I just think it's pretty obvious that they went for boss battles over the others. It's finished! Ah!
Yep. We'll continue this conversation. Same crest time, same calm channel.